Welcome to Card Players The Circuit, hosted by your favorite set, Scott Huff, Gavin Smith, and Joe Seabach.
And Mike Gracz.
The show is The Circuit. This is the Final Table Preview Show. Scott Huff and Gavin Smith here. Joe Seabach is back in Los Angeles.
Boo.
We do have, however, filling in, and they're big shoes to fill, but we have at least one guy who can fill them pretty easily because he's probably like a size 15. David Lee of the New York Knicks here, and the kid, Mike Gracz, who's mentor and touring buddy Chris Bell will be going to the final table today. We are here at the Borgata Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The Borgata Poker Open.
Borgata.
We have a great show for everybody today. We are going to be doing handicapping of the final table, and we have a special way that we're going to do this as well that I'm very excited about. How's it going, boys?
Awesome.
Oh, it's very, very, very well.
Borgata.
At the Borgata.
David Lee, what are you doing here?
Well, I just came to watch some poker. No, I'm not giving up the information you want me to. I came to watch some poker, and I'm very excited, by the way, that you did get my shoe size correct. It is a 15.
You're actually a size 15 shoe.
I'm a little scared by the fact that you knew that.
What's that?
I'm a little scared by the fact that you knew David Lee's shoe size.
Well, I had a room key, and I went in last night, creeped in, checked it out. Now I know, and we're
that's
good.
Not all you saw. All right, let's go.
That's right. You are a forward for the New York Knicks, and I want to know what is your connection with poker? Are you a poker nut?
Yeah, I do play quite a bit and love poker. Enjoy watching it, playing it, watching it on TV even. So it's good to be here. Good to be in Atlantic City, mini Vegas, if you will, and ready for the final table tonight.
Well, why don't we talk a little bit about? Can you give us some NBA poker stories at all? I mean, is there? Do you guys play a lot when you're touring? When you're on the road, playing a lot of poker?
Everybody in the NBA plays either poker or some form of gambling on the trips, on the plane, stuff like that. We have so much downtime between games that guys are constantly looking for something to do. So it's always a fun little thing to do as a hobby.
Who are the good players on the Knicks and the bad players? Who are the fish and the sharks in the New York Knicks?
He can't tell you that because they'll know. And
wait, what was the thing? If you can't spot the sucker at the table, you probably are the sucker. That's probably me. I'm probably getting killed pretty bad. But
have you been working with Gavin at all and getting some private lessons? Because you could be a stone maniac and still be.
Well, no. All you have to do is just play 7-4 offsuits, and you can be fine with Gavin. That's his trademark. So he's
kind of bagging on me a little bit about some of the hands that I've perhaps played on, and had to show down.
How long have you been playing cards for?
I actually started playing midway through college 3-4 years ago, just as a way. I played a little party poker and stuff online just as a way to make a little extra money, do that for fun, and then I got really into it, and I started really enjoying playing, so it's become a hobby ever since.
A hobby? Any accomplishments at all? Any major accomplishments? You made any final tables, won any tournaments, any big cash game scores?
No, I mean, I've had days where I win $5,000-$10,000 online, do a really good job. Like I said, do well when we play with our guys, but haven't played really any live tournaments in this kind of setting, but looking forward to doing that next summer when I have some time
He's
off.
playing the series next year.
Really?
He's gonna play the world main event.
How many events are you planning on playing there?
It'd be nice to play one or two small ones and then play the main event. That'd be fun. So, Vegas isn't too bad to be out in for about a month or two, so won't mind doing that on the side.
We should take David against all the other celebrities.
We should, and coach him a little bit beforehand. We'd probably win some good money.
Oh, you'd be happy with my performance. I mean, I do. Everybody can always get better, but you'd be happy with my poker style.
Now, if you were to take down the main event, which is likely to be about $15 million next year for first place, would you quit and become a professional poker player?
Absolutely not. You see what happens to some people, accountants perhaps people that won the first one that was on ESPN, perhaps guys that haven't won a tournament since. That really,
wow.
I know I'm not.
Wow.
That's not him. He's got about $5 more million than I do from poker. But no, I would never do that. I love basketball. It's what I do. This is a fun thing to do on the side, fun hobby.
Michael Gracz, thank you for coming on the show today. Chris Bell, your boy. At the final table today, Gavin was saying yesterday that you actually it's worse sweating a guy like Chris, who you guys are close with, than it is just being at the table playing the chips. How are you feeling right now as the final table approaches?
Well, I feel fine right now. He's not playing. When you're playing, you actually get to see the cards. You know what you're thinking in your head, but when you're not actually at that table, and Chris. God only knows what two cards he has, so we don't know whether it's going in there with the nuts or with air. But right now I feel good. We woke up, had breakfast with his dad and his best friend Sean, and it's been a good day. Chris is relaxed. We're gonna have a lot of people up here supporting him. So,
you know what I think it is too. I think when you're sweating him, you jump up whenever he's in a hand, right? So you're not really watching everything that's going on with all the players, so you really don't have a feel for it. So then, like, when all of a sudden now you got to try and figure out what the other guy's got, you really don't have any basis to work on. And so, lots of times you'll see guys that are just sweating and say, "Oh, I think he's bluffing," and then he'll turn over the nuts, and it's like you look like a real idiot, but part of that's just because you haven't been watching every hand these guys have been playing.
Chris seemed relaxed last night. He feels like he's still got a pretty good shot, even though he did take a cold deck. Mike, you were there for the hand. Why don't you tell people at home what happened last night to Chris right after he came on the show? In fact, we're setting a bad precedent.
Yeah, come on the circuit, get cold.
Circuit just get decimated.
Cooler.
Because Jennifer Tilly, same thing.
The circuit,
she didn't get
the cooler,
but she just blew her entire stack off. And Chris Bell comes on the circuit and gets just cold deck.
Cooler.
Talk about it a little bit, Mike.
Well, he came right back from dinner break. He raises the first hand up with King 10 of spades. Chris McCormick, who actually I think is the second best player at that final table, got a lot of respect for his game. He just flat calls out of the big blind. The flop comes King 10-6 rainbow. Chris 1. Chris McCormick checks to Chris 2. And Bell bets like 175. McCormick raises to like 450. Then Chris asks him how much he had left. He had like 1.5 million. Chris just moves him in, and Chris kind of he looks back and like, I call. He's got a set, so he goes with it, and that's just the ultimate cooler. You can't get away from that hand there.
We were talking a little bit about, I thought was interesting last night, was we were talking about the difference in stack sizes and whether or not Chris would even have been in that hand if, say, Mark Newhouse had been the one that had come in raising there. And you were saying that because he could bust, Chris, and Chris couldn't eliminate him from the tournament, that's the only reason he was probably really involved in the hand. And had Mark come in raising, he maybe wasn't even in there with King 10.
Right. Bell was the original raiser there, so he has control of the hand, whereas if Newhouse had come into the hand, he wouldn't have had control of it. He would have been responding to the other guy's action. So, it's different. Like Gavin, he raises 80% of the pots, but he doesn't actually call raises as much as he does raise. That's another reason why Chris is actually feeling pretty good today. Gavin isn't there to suck out on him.
It's true. It's true. I put a brutal beat on him at the Mirage when I 3-outed him with the jack on the river.
But you did have the best hand before
before the flop. Yeah. But and then I put another beat on him at Tunica when there was like 11 players left. I put a bad beat on him at Tunica and crippled him. So,
were you two friends before that final table, or is that when you got to know Chris? Oh, you were?
We became fantastic friends, sort of more since then, but we were friends before that. I've known Chris for a long time. We used to, meet up at Foxwoods and stuff, and he liked to party and I liked to party, so we'd hang out. Like,
if you'd have done that to me twice, bro, we wouldn't be friends today. Like you did.
We better not play. we better not play together because I give a lot of bad beats.
Yeah. Mike, can we talk a little bit about your run here? How did this event go for you?
Event went all right. I finished just outside the money. I made a bad play at the end of day 2, which brought me back with 80,000. Had I just pushed on the turn, I would have won a fair good sized pot and come back with 220. But instead, I picked up a draw. I was bluffing at the pot on the flop, and I picked up a draw. Then I make some kind of a backdoor wheel. Chad Brown makes Broadway, and I lose some additional chips there. But I felt like I played well. I came back from the dead one time. Came back with 80,000 and just wasn't able to double up at the right time there.
Well, before we take a break, why don't we talk a little blackjack?
Oh, yeah.
Last night, a blackjack excursion. You're unbeatable. David Lee is unbeatable at blackjack.
You'd call it a blackjack extravaganza if you chose.
Indeed, I could. Why don't you tell us what happened last night there?
Well, I'm usually a pretty conservative blackjack player. You get Gavin a couple of drinks, things turn south, and that's what happened. And we actually ended up walking out on top, though.
Yeah, we beat him pretty good. We just felt like playing, and I don't know. I kind of I'd rather play in the high limit area than sort of out in the casino, just because you can get your own table and you get better service for drinks and stuff. So
that's really the bottom line for
no, and then they'll also let you bring your friends, and your friends all stand behind you and they get their drinks too and everything. So I just think it's better. So we went in there and we were playing on a $200 table, and then we knocked them.
You did. I saw you. I had to see you double and get just the most putrid cards after you would double, and then somehow the dealer would bust every single time. He'd be like, I'm going to double this 11. She'd be like, here's a deuce.
Yeah, that's why we got up pretty good and we walked away, because that dealer's not going to bust forever, let's be honest. We were getting terrible cards, so I think we walked away at the right time, called it a night. Well, I called it a night. Others continued the night in various forms.
Gavin is like a ranger. He's he doesn't leave anybody behind, and he's always the last man standing.
I wasn't last night.
or falling asleep wherever.
Was anyone surprised that the Borgata? We're here in New Jersey. It's a so median average female quotient, I would say, but yet probably every attractive girl that's ever come to the Borgata was all hanging out in the high limit area at that bar. And it seemed like for no particular reason other than to wait for. I called the bar the Abandoned Mine Bar.
Did you really use the word quotient?
I sure did.
I'll tell you, there's one gorgeous girl here, though. Have you guys seen her? The new host of the World Poker Tour, that's Sabina. How do you pronounce her last name?
I think it's Gardaki.
Gardaki?
I believe it's Gardaki.
Gardaki.
Sabrina Gardaki.
Bro. You can't say, I'm not going to go where you want me to go, and then try and put in that plug.
Yeah, it's true.
Later on. So,
that's bad.
No, that was bull.
Hello, this is Sabina Gadecki, and you're listening to The Circuit.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, a couple emails here, a little strategy for you right here on The Circuit.
Card Player is back on the tournament trails. We'll be with you all tournament season long with live updates, chip counts, videos, and The Circuit. Check it out every day at www.cardplayer.com.
Welcome back to The Circuit, everyone. Waiting for the final table to begin here at the World Poker Tour. Borgata Poker Open from the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa. Scott Huff, Gavin Smith, Mike Gracz, and David Lee of the New York Knickerbockers.
Borgata.
Do they still call them the Knickerbockers?
No, only Knicks now. They
only
shortened
Knicks?
it. Brevity.
So the official franchise name is no longer the Knickerbockers?
That I don't know. I'm not about to cross that line and have somebody sue me because I said the wrong thing.
Do you know what a Knickerbocker is?
Yeah, it's this little thing.
Not too sure what that is?
I play for the team. No. Of course I know.
No, they had our throwback uniforms this year. Like every team had them, and we had them from like sometime in the 1950s. And on the shorts, the old uniforms actually had a Knickerbocker, and for me to explain it would be a 30-minute process, similar to the story Gavin just told in the break.
So you're an actual baller. You are what they call a baller. Is that correct?
Well, it depends on what your definition of
you're what Skilo wanted to be in his song.
Exactly. You are a baller. What's that like?
Oh, it's a great lifestyle. I just got to experience. I was just a rookie last year, so I got to experience it for the first time. It's a great life. I mean, it's not quite like being a rock star because you have to keep your body in shape, and you have to keep working real hard to stay successful in the business. But along with that comes a lot of the money's good, the lifestyle is great, and you get to see a lot of different cities, a lot of cool people. So it's a fun experience, especially in New York.
Do you fly coach?
No.
I hear that the NBA actually has like programs for rookies where they sort of teach you about the perils of life on the road and fast cars, loose women, whatever you want to say. But I think we should have that for the WPT. You know what I mean? We should have it for the tournament.
It's funny.
That's smart. I wouldn't have blown my million if I had had that course.
Do they have that though? Am I right?
No, yeah. Our rookies actually, the final day of it is today. So the two rookies we just drafted are finishing up today. It's actually here in New Jersey. It's about 30 minutes from here, and it is absolutely hilarious. I thought I was going to go there and get like a whole, education course. Instead, they talked to us for 3 hours on what a checking account is and stuff like that. It was a little basic, but then again, if you think about it, there's a lot of guys coming out of high school that haven't had the experience of going to college like I have. So you learn a lot of that stuff in college being alone, but you don't. If you're just coming from senior year of high school, you probably don't know a lot of that stuff.
I really think we should start this for the tournament circuit.
I think that would be great. Seriously,
yeah.
You should use Jeff Madsen as your guinea pig.
Yeah. Rule one:
more people in tournament poker honestly go broke after winning their very first big tournament than you can ever imagine.
Yeah. Rule one: don't go straight from the final table to the craps table. That might be rule number one.
That's I like that, from the final table to the craps table.
No, we're doing that tonight though. Once Chris wins, we're going straight from the table to the craps table.
I know, really? but I think you're a little further along than some of these people that are going.
He's probably not going to put the whole $1.5 million on the craps table.
Not at one time.
E-Dog might.
Not just on the pass line, because then you can't lay odds.
Yeah.
But I think we should start it. Maybe I'll be the one who does it. Because Jeff Madsen has already dropped $4,000 to Gavin playing pool.
He won it back, though.
He did?
He won it back because the stupid-ass Seahawks beat the Cardinals.
Okay, then rule number 2, gamble, but only if you can win.
No, actually, if people just gambled with Gavin after they won, they would survive. This is the donkey who bet me $5,000 on when my birthday was or what number I finished in the tournament.
Yeah, what position you finished. I thought that you were wrong. So did Scott. Scott lost money in that, too.
On what?
Oh, yeah.
On Mike Grotz.
Yeah, I did. I lost 100.
You lost,
and then you let me free roll it into a heads-up match with Joe. And right now we're 2-2 overall lifetime. We have a couple phone calls here. Danny, take it away, buddy.
Hi, guys. This is Marty from Commerce. Love the show.
Thanks,
this
Marty.
This question is for all you guys. What games did you guys first start playing, and when did you realize you could make a career out of poker? Thanks.
Still don't know. The game I actually started playing, kitchen table poker, with all the wild cards and stuff. I followed the queens and all that garbage. So that's what I did. As far as knowing when you could make a career, I've been doing it since '98, sort of on and off. And I didn't know probably until in the last 18 months if it was. I always had questions up until about the last 18 months whether or not I was going to be able to be successful at it.
What about you, Mike Grotz?
I kind of started like Gavin when I was 16. That's the kitchen table games for a long time. But then when I got to college, I found some regular house games in North Carolina that paid the bills, 15, 30, 20, 40 kind of things. And like Gavin, up until about 18 months ago, I didn't know if I was going to be successful at it. It's definitely a roller coaster, but it's nice having friends around like Gavin and Scott Huff and Chris Bell, out there on the road with you. So, yeah.
I started at 100, 200, no limit, mandatory straddle, $50 ante. I knew pretty much from the first hand that I was going to be big time like that. David Lee, where did you start playing poker? Or did we already ask you this in the intro?
I started playing in college a lot online. I started out in the smaller. I'd played $10, $15 sit and goes until I fell asleep at night, and then kind of as I started to win a couple of those, I'd take the winnings and play in a little bit bigger game, and then finally by now I'll play a little bit higher level games. So just kind of a slow build up for me, but it started small and just playing a whole bunch.
Fall asleep. What you said you play till you fall asleep. Have you ever actually fallen asleep while playing? Because I've absolutely done that online.
I've done that.
Online, I'm talking.
I've done that multiple times.
I've woken up and you're still in a multi with like $5 left in the.
I'd actually like to share the experience with Gavin falling asleep. We were in Foxwoods playing up in the room, and Gavin had maybe one Bacardi and Coke, and we were playing Deuce to 7 and Badoogie with Mark Gregorich. I think Gavin ends up losing, I don't know, let's say $7,000, but he's fallen asleep in the middle of every single hand. It's not while you're dealing. Like during the hand, people are asking how many cards. Gavin's falling asleep. We had to leave a note on his chest with how much money he lost.
That's true. I woke up the next morning and I look at this note and I'm like, oh, damn it. I thought I was playing good too.
You were playing your A game. You just got unlucky, Gavin.
I have an email here that I want to read. I'm a senior at Miami University of Ohio. There are tons of small no-limit cash games around the campus ranging from 25-50 cent to 3-6 no-limit. Apparently one of the regular games I play in caught a guy cheating base dealing last week when I wasn't there. And the kid had been up $600 in the first 3 weeks of school. What blew my mind was the other players didn't beat the shit out of this kid and get their money back. They just let him. They just won't let him play anymore. Although I didn't lose any money to this kid, I feel he owes a hefty penalty and should have to give the group their money back and should be split up. Have you had any similar experiences of players cheating, and what can I look for to make sure I'm not being cheated besides the obvious chip placement, base dealing, etc.?
Have you seen Rounders? That's what should happen. I've seen Rounders. Okay.
Do you think people should get their ass whooped for cheating?
No.
Do you think you should just be banned from playing, or should he have to give his money back?
No, you get banned from playing. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you didn't catch him to begin with. So I mean, you gotta
give him credit.
You gotta think that you were a little bit of. You should have picked up on it. And who knows if he was cheating before? I mean, you just caught him when he was cheating. You don't know if he was cheating beforehand. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe you got him on the time that he came up with this brilliant plan.
Gavin's obviously a cheater, by the way.
Maybe I'm serious, and that's probably why you didn't. Maybe that's why you didn't catch him the first few times he was doing, because he wasn't doing it then. So I mean, just kick him out of the game. You don't let him play anymore, and you go on.
I've never experienced cheating in poker. I think I've been cheated one time, but I've never ever experienced being cheated.
I was
for
cheating.
Sure.
I was cheating that night. I lost 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocker. We should have won 60.
Gavin actually has the whole World Poker Tour on payroll. That's why the 4-7 offsuit will hold up quite frequently.
Or the pocket sevens will suck out on the overpair every time.
Of course, absolutely. All right, next phone call, Danny.
Hello, I really like the show. I think you guys do a great job.
You should love it.
I have a question for Gavin Smith, and I'm hoping he'll take it seriously and give a thoughtful response.
Whoa.
What is the meaning of life?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of life? I also have a question for Joe Seabach. What does Barry Greenstein think the meaning of life is? Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Wow. What is the meaning of life?
Wow.
I think it was whatever happened last night. That was the meaning of life, Kevin.
What is the meaning of this guy's life?
The meaning of my life, though.
No. That wasn't the question.
I don't know.
He said some serious thought, the meaning of life in general terms.
Who knows what the meaning of life is?
Gavin, please take this seriously.
It's not saying who knows. He's saying, what do you think, Gavin?
To me, the meaning of life is just living every day to the fullest and having a good time and, being true to your friends and your family.
That's good. That's good words. That's good words from Gavin Smith.
Wow. A moment of silence.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of it.
Gavin Smith. He may not know anything about poker, but he knows about life. He will tell you about life. We will be right back after this, handicapping the final table here at the Borgata Poker Open on the circuit.
You know, a lot of things in life can be pretty boring, like being stuck in an elevator, sitting in on a 2-hour lecture on astrophysics, or being forced to go to your girlfriend's friend's wedding. But Card Player has what you need to get you through the monotony of life. Take Card Player wherever you go with the all-new Card Player Mobile. Text the word TRIAL, TRIAL, to the number 96262 on your mobile phone. Go to www.cardplayermobile.com. On your phone's browser, you will see chip counts, updates, and copies of our magazine. Take us, Card Player, the poker authority, with you everywhere you go.
This is Hort Corkins, and you're listening to The Circuit.
Welcome back to the circuit, everyone. We are here right outside of the final table. As a matter of fact, I can see it from where I'm sitting at the Borgata Poker Open from the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I love the new set, by the way. I don't know what you guys think of this new set, but I think it's much better than the old one.
Oh, absolutely. We got the countdown clock, 3 hours, 31 minutes.
3 hours, 30 minutes. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be about 1 hour, 5 minutes. Make sure you follow our updates all day long, by the way. Live updates in the logs, hand-by-hand coverage of the final table. And that's the only place you can get hand-by-hand coverage, because even the television show doesn't give you that. But we do. Check it out, www.cardplayer.com. Here are your final six heading to the final table today. Mark Newhouse coming in with the chip lead with $7,025,000 in chips. He's in the 2-hole. Chris McCormick, $3 million in seat 3. Chris Bell coming in third after a brutal cold deck last night, $1,200,000. He's in seat 5. Blaze Ingoglia, $840,000. He is in seat 4. Blazin Ingoglia. Anthony Argilla, $700,000 in seat 6. And David Sklansky, author of The Theory of Poker, $665,000 in the 1 seat. Let's start with Sklansky, because we always start from the bottom and work our way up. Sklansky, $665,000. The short stack here. Sklansky about $300,000 in live tourney wins. He's obviously a noted poker author. I just said Theory of Poker, Hold'em for advanced players, tons of books from 2+2, and he's known as a pretty tight player, from what I can gather. We'll start with Mike here and work our way around the table. What do you think about Sklansky's chances today coming in on the short stack?
I think Sklansky's chances are about the odds of seeing Halley's Comet this year. I mean, he plays cash games pretty tight, but his chances in a tournament are so small because he plays so tight. He doesn't make any moves. He's sitting there. He's looking at, like, the betting form. He doesn't really know what's going on. So I'm not picking him.
If you guys would do something for me, the novice poker player, Gavin, when you talk about his chances, also talk about going into a final table, having a short stack, what you think the best ways of going about having a short stack and advancing and continuing to have a chance to win.
The biggest thing is in my opinion, if you're going in with the short stack, your number one goal is to get yourself back in contention to win this tournament. So you got to look to pick up pots early and get some chips together. So I would do that by being probably a little more aggressive. I think David Sklansky's chances of moving up in money are tremendous. I think his chances of winning the tournament are very small, just because I think he's going to continue to play tight, and he'll get his money in with the best of it probably. But that's still just going to make him move up. By the time he gets his money in, he might only just double up to where he's back at right now. He might blind and ante himself off to halfway, get his money in good, and get back to where he's at. So, I don't like the style, but he's got more money than me.
I was talking to Chris Bell last night, and he mentioned that, or I mentioned to him that he was quoted earlier in the day as saying, anyone who would give this guy chips is an idiot because he always has a good hand, and then he goes and he doubles them up.
Yeah.
So that was pretty hilarious.
That was a bit of a spot, though, because, if David doesn't have a king there, it comes up king high, which I've often said is a great flop to steal on and a great spot to win pots. If he doesn't have a king or aces, or a flop to set, if he doesn't have a monster, Chris is going to win that pot a lot, and it just sucked that David had the hand he had.
I don't think he had to lead out for 300,000.
No, we already agreed with that he bet too much, and I think Chris agrees with that too. But
well, how did that hand go? Can we just hear the hand, since it sounds pretty interesting about the. And Chris was saying the same thing. You shouldn't have led for as much. What was the hand?
It was ace queen. He had the ace of spades, and he raised.
Chris raised it up pre-flop, and David flat called him, and the flop came up. King little, and Chris led for 300,000, which was a little less than the pot. And David then moved all in, and it was 184,000 more to call. So now at this point, the pot's like $1 million, and it's 184,000 more to call. So if his ace is live, I think he kind of has to call.
He has the ace of spades. There's 2 spades on the flop.
And a backdoor flush draw too. That's true. And
Jack 10 runner. Queen runner.
And it turned out that David's hand was ace king, so it was like the worst case scenario.
You ever read any Sklansky, David?
No. You know what? I've read one of Doyle's books. I actually read Dan Harrington's book as well. And that's about all the reading I've done as far as poker books.
Care to sound off on Sklansky? Any opinions?
You know what? No, I just know Blaze is the first one out. That's all I know.
All right, Anthony Argilla cashed in the 05 World Series of Poker main event, 271st place. Cashed once in the 06 Borgata Open, 75th. I guess he barely cashed. Shrunk. I'm assuming this was a prelim event you're talking about? Okay, so.
Is Anthony the guy in seat 6?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Indeed he is. And you know anything about him, Mike?
He's got those pictures of his kids in front of him. Seems like he has very nice kids.
That worked for Bernard Lee.
And a nice dog.
And a nice dog. Yeah, I can't say enough about his kids and his dog. No, go Anthony. He plays really, really tight as well. Yeah. I think that's kind of the common thread of him and the other amateur.
He didn't really seem like he got out of line or anything. And he seemed, he played pretty good and not pretty tight. He didn't get out of line at all. So I think he's probably going to be kind of like David a little bit.
David Lee, Anthony Argilla, you and him have a bit of a history. Drinking buddies in college, grew up together, went to high school together. What do you think about his chances?
Never met him. I just know. I do know though. Good for him having the pictures of the kids in front of him. But Blaze will be the first one out.
All right. Now we're on to Blaze and Goglia. He has 840,000.
Just Blaze.
Just under 50,000 in live tournament wins. 7th in the $750 no limit hold'em event here at the Borgata Poker Open this year. Blaze. We already know what David thinks.
I think he's gonna. I got to go with the Knickerbocker on this one. I think he's gonna be the first one out.
All right.
I know nothing about this guy.
I don't. I think he's actually got a little bit of game. From what I was watching, I think he's actually a little bit aggressive and is willing to play a little bit more than the other guys. And I do not think he will be the 6th guy.
Okay, well, the fact that he's willing to play more than the other guys and he's not going to be tight and he doesn't have a big chip stack. Well, I guess he's 4th in chip stack. That means he's going to be the first one out.
Give me some chew on that, Dave.
The other two. I'm just saying the other two guys, David and Anthony, they're going to play tight, so I think they're going to stick around for a little while.
David,
but Blaze is going to lose.
I'm terrible at free throws.
You're also very good at non sequiturs. Let's move on to the 3rd place in chips. Chris Bell, over 700,000 in live tournament wins. Obviously has had a WPT final table in the past. You have a history with him, and this is actually true, unlike Anthony Argilla and David Lee.
I got major history up in here.
What kind of history?
I got crazy history.
Oh, okay.
They were common law married in the state of North Carolina, actually.
Hey, that's just wrong. No, Chris Bell gave me my start in poker, put me up in my first tournament. And we've been running mates ever since. We go everywhere together. But no, I mean, I would say that Chris Bell's going to make a move early. Then he's going to double through Newhouse. Then he's going to start telling Newhouse that he's about to blow a lead, which he will, and Newhouse is eventually going to choke. Chris is going to win, and that'll be that.
And meanwhile, they'll take all of Blaze's chips in the process.
Gavin.
Well, I mean, Chris is my boy. Great friend, and he's the best player at the table. And I don't think that it's going to play out exactly the way the kid does. I think it'll finish the way he said that, but I don't think Chris will get mixed up too much with Newhouse. I think Newhouse will realize that Chris is the wrong guy to do it with, and will stay out of his way. I think Chris is going to be the most aggressive guy at the table tonight, and I think he's going to win the tournament.
Any friend of you guys is a friend of mine. Go, Chris, get it done.
All right, in second place in chips, Chris McCormack, $3 million in chips. C3, the person who actually laid the little cold deck on Chris Bell. And Chris, I have heard a lot about this guy. I've heard he's a solid up and comer. What do you think about him, Mike Rotz?
I can't say enough about Chris. A respectful guy. Very solid game, stays focused at the table, never gives up. I mean, that guy's just a warrior. He is ready to, go to battle. He never gives up, and I mean that's just the makings of a great tournament player. So, I wish him the best of luck. I hope he gets second.
The second best of luck, if you will.
The second best of luck, if you will, yeah. No, I honestly hope it gets down to Chris, and those two guys deserve it the most, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, C-Mac's another friend of mine as well, and I totally agree. It's very uncomfortable to have two friends at the table, kind of, because you don't want to root against someone, but when one of them is one of your best friends and one of them is just like a good friend, then you got to kind of give your support there. So I'm going with Kid, hoping that C-Mac comes second.
Yeah, anytime you have $3 million in chips, you're somebody to be reckoned with. Watch out.
I heard he's also boys with JC Tran. They talk about a poker strategy. He has a pretty solid player as well in JC, obviously supporting him.
And Amnon's coming down to see him today. So Chris rolls with some good players. I mean, he's a smart kid. He's going to be tough.
He has over $500,000 in live tournament winnings, 3 cashes at the 06 World Series of Poker, 2 wins at the Bellagio Friday, Saturday in the last year. So he'll probably be trouble up there towards the top. I think the worst.
Play on, player.
I was talking to Chris Bell about this last night, and he said the worst case scenario is if C-Mac, as you call him, doubles through Mark Newhouse. That's not a good situation for him. So
that's true, and he's the most likely guy to do it since he's right on Newhouse's left.
Right. Mark Newhouse is coming in with the chip lead, $7,025,000 in chips in the 2-seat. What do you know about him, Mike?
Well, I know his brother. He lives down in North Carolina, played cards with us a few times. But other than that, I'm not making this up.
No, I know.
I'm not.
True.
He lives down there. Him and his brother have completely different games. But no, I mean, Newhouse was very aggressive. He got lucky yesterday a few times. He had 9s against aces. He got in with a flush draw against a set of 5s, and then but he played a hand really well against Jennifer Tilly to eliminate her. So you gotta fear a guy with $7 million in chips. But I'm kind of hoping for a meltdown.
It's a really interesting spot that he's in, because this is his first time on television, as far as I know, and he's got an overwhelming chip lead. So when you couple those two things together, I really think he's going to be very nervous, because nobody wants to go in there and be the guy that blew the huge chip lead, right, in front of national television. So I predict, even though he has not played the tournament this way up to now, I think that you will see this guy play pretty tight off the start and make sure he gets to the top 3. I don't think he'll be getting too involved in pots until they're down to maybe 3-handed, and then by that time he's not going to have an overwhelming chip lead, and then he's going to have to learn how to play poker at that point.
Hey, you said it best. I'm really, I didn't think he had a chance, but the fact that you played with his brother, I think that completely changed the whole situation. More than anything, I think you can look forward to a good final table overall, and I think we've established that we think that Chris's have the best chance to win, and that Blaze is going out first.
We have pretty much established that. I had something to say, and I can't remember what it is, so we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will all put in our official picks, and we can predict the future here on the circuit. You're going to find out how right after this.
Is that $75 you won in the 50-cent rebuy tournament online, burning a hole in your pocket? Check out the Card Player Store. Go to www.cardplayer.com, click on Poker Store, pick up some books, some DVDs. We've got everything you could possibly want for poker-related merchandise. Once again, www.cardplayer.com and click on Poker Store today.
Hey, welcome back. We're taking another break.
Welcome back to the circuit, everybody. We are here at the Borgata Hotel, Casino, and my favorite, Spa.
The Spa.
Right outside.
Those luscious
Borgata.
Prosciutto. You can get a scrumptious massage here.
Indeed, I would refer to them as scrumptious if I could.
Borgata.
But I can't. We are right outside of the final table. As what does the clock say? Or did they kill it?
They killed it.
They killed
Okay,
it.
well, we are.
The clock is at 2:59.298 on night 7.
That's right. And the World Poker Tour final table at the Borgata Poker Open will be beginning very soon. Make sure to stay tuned all day long to cardplayer.com for coverage of that. Now we're going to attempt to handicap this final table. Our final decisions start right now.
Okay.
Mike Gracz, pick it in order.
Blaze going out first. I gotta go with DL. DL, I like the read. Second, I think will be Arjigiligabadi, Rich.
Right.
Then Sklansky goes out, followed by Newhouse, Chris McCormick, and then Bell, champion of the Borgata.
I'd just like to thank everybody. Chris Bale, champion.
Yeah, hello. My name is Chris Bale.
Chris Bale.
Chris Bale.
World Poker Tour champion.
Yeah,
Gavin Smith.
That's going to be sweet saying that.
Sure is.
I think that Anthony is going to go out 6th.
Argilla the Killer.
Hey, wrong already.
Sorry, and I'm going to feel sad. I'm going to feel sad for his kids and his dog, but it's going to happen. I think second out will be Sklansky. I think third out will be Blaze because he's going to go in blazing. I'm going to go with Newhouse coming third, and my boys Chris and Chris coming 1-2 with Mr. Bell winning the sucker.
Hey, chances are, I don't know. I think Blaze might get 6th. I haven't mentioned that yet, but I want to mention it for the record. You know what? I think it's a toss-up. I think either Anthony or David's going to go out 5th. But the big thing for me is I think that I have this feeling your boy Chris Bell is going to get a bad beat because he is the best player in it, and oftentimes it works out that way. I hope it's not the case. And you know what? Usually I'm wrong, so I'm saying it hoping that I am wrong.
Okay.
And I think McCormick with the amount of chips he has is going to be tough to beat. But if anybody can do it, like you said, your boy Bell is probably the best player in it. So I'm guessing it might come down to the Chris's as well.
I am going to take. I think it's pretty clear that Blaze in Goglia is going to come in 6th place. In 5th, I'll take Anthony. 4th, David Sklansky. 3rd, I guess I'm going to have to go with Mark and Chris. I think those might be identical to the picks that Mike Grotz made, but I have to agree with
I
you.
like it.
But I think that the real way to decide what is going to happen at the final table. I mean, we've mentioned that the food court here, this is the best, maybe the best hotel we ever go to, period,
hands
on
down.
the entire tournament circuit.
The Joint.
They have an amazing food court downstairs.
The food court rocks.
They have Fat Burger. Turkey burgers are unbelievable there. They have a Panda Express, and we actually had the people.
Express.
If you have is it orange chicken with a side of orange sauce? What is it?
Yeah, the DW orange chicken.
The DW orange chicken with a side of orange sauce and fried rice actually lets you predict the future, but only once that you've gotten to the dessert portion. The fortune cookie. I'm going to assign each person a player. I would like you to open your fortune cookie and tell us what their fate will be at the final table based solely on the contents of the one cookie. So we'll just start with David Sklansky. Mike Grotz, open it up. Tell us what's going to happen to David today at the final table. Take your time.
You will spend old age in comfort and material wealth.
Oh boy!
Which I
That's
think
good.
He already has. He's already kind of old and he's rich. So
yeah.
Holy shit, that was bang on.
Wow. And just so you know, David, your lucky numbers are 42, 33, 25, 16, 7, and 11.
But you notice that one of his lucky numbers was not number 1 because he'll cash but never win.
I would like you to take Anthony Argilla the Killer.
You can't give him Jennifer Tilly's nickname.
I sure can. She wasn't a killer yesterday. I mean, I got to take it away from her.
You know, Anthony, and I think this is true because this is very, very fitting for a man who has the pictures of his kids and his dog on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Take your time.
not at all. It's not at all. I thought it said courtesy is life, but it actually says curiosity is life, and I screwed up. So it has nothing to do with your
Are
kids.
you hooked on phonics even, Gavin?
It has nothing to do with your kids or your dog. But curiosity
Has to
is
do with
life.
a monkey in a yellow hat.
Curiosity is life. I don't know what that means.
That's what. Okay, so he's curious going into this final table. Can I move up a spot? Probably
But
not.
on the back of it, it does say student Ju Sheng.
That's
I don't even know what that means.
no. I think it's the translation of student.
No.
And oh, by the way, Anthony, your lucky numbers are 7, 22, 30, 11, 25, and
So maybe we can look for pocket 7s, possibly doing something for him.
Do you mind if I take Blaze and Goglia, or would you like to do Blaze and Goglia?
I'll take Blaze.
All right, you
No.
take Blaze. Go ahead.
Here, I'll even hand it to you. But I'll read it. It says, "I will get 6th at the final table." His only number on there is 13.
It actually
6.
says, what does it actually say here? Let's see. You have been given special blessings. Wow.
Yeah, Dave. DL has blessed you with 6th place.
That's why I couldn't even read it, because I would be lying through my teeth. The 840,000 soon to be 0. Seat 4 is going out, and I mean out in a blaze of glory. No pun intended. Thank you.
Let's see. 3rd place coming in, Chris Bell. This is the one right here. I mean, this is a big deal. Consider gain and loss, but never be greedy, and everything will be all right. His lucky numbers.
That's
It
perfect.
did not say that on there. That's a long. That's
You know
like a
what?
paragraph.
No,
That's what it said.
that's way ass perfect for Chris, because he's like the least greedy guy I know.
That is way ass perfect. Consider gain and loss, but never be greedy. All right, lucky numbers 6, 37, 19, 28, 37, 4. I don't like that 6 and 4
And
are there.
1.
And 1. Okay, here we go. Final 2, and the WPT is about to start, so we have to get out of here.
Putao.
Chris McCormick.
Putao. That's what it says on his. Putao. That means grape.
Got it?
Yes.
All right.
Your emotional currents are flowing powerfully now. It might be that time of the month
So
for him.
he'll be
I
under.
don't know.
Oh no, he will be under control at the final table. That's what that.
Wow,
That's what that must mean.
This one here's for Mr. Newhouse, and I kind of wish this was for Chris Bell, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool one to have before the final table when you've got the huge chip lead. Doing the best at this moment puts you in the best place for the next moment.
Wow.
Living in the
Lucky
moment,
numbers?
playing each hand. as
Lucky
if it's
number
supposed
is
to be
1
played.
on there. Is number 1 on there? I hope not,
Oh, hang on a second. I got to check that.
because that would not be bang ass awesome, as you said.
No, lucky numbers are all big numbers, so that's not good for him.
No, not at all.
22, 40, 37, 26, 15, and 9. And 9 was his lucky number yesterday with those fucking 9s.
I mean, well, why wouldn't it be? Obviously, this tells the whole story. Go ahead.
Your final table picks, courtesy of Panda Express at the Borgata Hotel Casino and Panda Express. They're actually replacing this spa with another Panda Express.
Does this mean if we mention them, we get free Panda Express?
We might. I'd like to thank our guest today, Mike Gracz. Thanks for coming by. We
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
Best of luck to your boy, Chris Bell. Obviously, I would like to thank David Lee of the New York Knicks only.
Thank you very much.
But maybe
for
he'll
having
bring
me,
back
brother.
the Bacher.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.
We appreciate it. You did a great job. Gavin Smith, thank you for another great week. Joe Seabuck, if you're out there somewhere, we love you, Joe. We miss you. Sorry you couldn't read from a fortune cookie.
Yeah, and we don't even agree with that guy from Jersey that called you that nasty name.
That's true. You are not a jerk-off.
I wish I was a baller.
Thanks for listening all week. We will be back from the Festa al Lago at Bellagio. Till then, this is The Circuit.
Borgata!
Enjoy the final table, everybody.
Later.
Wish I was a baller.
Super producer Danny here. As a special treat to our listeners and a reminder to these 3 guys not to fuck with me because I am always recording, here's some outtakes from this week.
This is bothering you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Why don't you start from Ace Queen again?
Fuck.
No,
You're
just go
fucking
ahead.
having your little love affair with fucking Jason Newitt while you got your arm around me. Go fuck yourself.
God, you really are a homophobe.
I'm not a homophobe. It had nothing to do with that. I just thought you were fucking putting something on my
I
back.
wasn't doing shit. I just had my arm sitting there, you fucking paranoid freak.
Fuck. It's got nothing to do with fucking homophobe.
You maniac.
I didn't think you were hitting on me. I just thought you were doing
All right,
something.
guys,
you shouldn't be
we're short
fucking
on
doing.
time. Let's go. I'm going to start hitting on you if you don't fucking knock it off.
Fucker.
I was coughing, bitches.
Fucker.
9 minutes.
Seabach, can you flirt some other time and finish the fucking show?
I have to do it now.
You want to have some professionalism instead of just being a horny little bastard?
That's right, everyone. You are listening to Card Players radio program, The Circuit. For three guys with very few chips between the three of them, we are very happy individuals.
That really sounded stupid.
Hey.
3 guys with very few chips.
Oh, here we go. We're starting again.
Hey, we
Let's
never
go.
finished. We never finished, man.
I was having some trouble concentrating with all the fucking all-star game going on behind me. That's right, everyone. You are listening to Card Players radio show that's trying to get started here. The Circuit.
We're trying to get it started.
One more time.
You keep going. I don't know why you keep cutting it. It's funny.
That was great. I love that. You're listening to Card Players radio show.
Sorry about that. Gav's had a couple of drinks, guys. Continue playing.
All right, we ready to start?
That was fucked up.
Yeah, that was a little...
I'm a tad embarrassed because people continue to look.
We have a great show for everyone today. A ton of stuff going on. First of all, I'm Scott Huff. Joe Seabach is right there.
I'm Joe Seabach.
Gavin Smith.
Yo, I'm Gavin Smith. Booga booga.
We have a great show for everybody today. A little hand of the day.
What if your name was
some phone call?
Guga Smith? Have you ever thought about that?
No, I'm going to stick with my name.
Okay, so he is Gavin Smith. Sorry about that.
I already said,
Why?
oh, fuck it, and then moved the
Why?
microphone away
Why?
because
you suck, Huff. You fucking
We have a
suck.
radio show that is funny.
I understand, but I can't start telling people what's going to be on the show and have people interrupt me. It just sounds bad.
I was like,
it sounds terrible.
That's
terrible.
impromptu. That's impromptu.
It sounds pretty. No, it sounds pretty terrible.
That's impromptu. That
Huff
sounds pretty terrible.
sucks.
Yeah, it was much funnier.
I don't understand.
It's okay. We'll keep going.
Oh, okay. All
We're
right.
done.
It was funny. It was really funny. We'll keep it.
Danny will fix it.
All right, here we go.
Danny's like a surgeon.
For the fucking love
of Christ.
Shut up. You're the fucking worst right now, and you're not even the drunk one.
I'm the
Speaking of what, shut up.
Okay, done.
Thank you.
Done.
Sir.
I'm drunk.
I know. And you're good, and you're still being quiet. Here we go.
Yo, I'm drunk. I am.
No.
No, it's true. I am. I'm
You don't
drunk.
say. You don't say.
I'm seriously drunk right now.
Gavin lives on the wagon.
I was going to play the tournament today, but then I got drunk instead because Bill Edler wanted to go drink. I don't get to drink with Bill Edler that often.
Bill doesn't drink very much, does he?
He's a fucking shit.
Yes, let's go.
I can't believe he just calls us buttholes. Who says buttholes? Do you think it's 5th grade or something?
It's like 30 seconds.
You butthole. Go, you butthole.
All right, we would like to thank our guest today, Chris Bale, for being on the show. I'd like to thank everybody out there, regardless of your gender or your sexual preference or your race. I'd like to thank my mother and my father for having me and for that one fateful night actually doing it.
And I'd like to
thank Joe
jerk-offs
Seabach
everywhere
for being
for letting me lead them.
Barry Greenstein's son. Thank Gavin Smith for just being Gavin Smith. I'd like to thank him for future drinks.
And past drinks.
And past drinks. I'd like to thank him for the love he's given me.
All right, let's do this again. Come on.
Circuit.